Oh look, Train Simulator 2021 has released.
Whatever.
Well, here we are people, Train Sim 2021 has finally been released. And as much as I could yap on about what has changed, I'm not going to. Because nothing has changed. Instead, we're going to have a look at the new West Coast Mainline South route that was released by Double Games. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. But first, it's time for a history lesson. Back in the old days, the West Coast Mainline started off as individual routes that gradually linked up from the 1830s into the 1880s. And after the first section of the line opened in 1837, the London and Birmingham Railway opened their section of the line the following year, connecting Euston and Birmingham Curzon Street, and later on, Birmingham New Street. Today, DTG has been kind enough to give us the full 113-mile section from London to Birmingham, also including the Watford DC line, and a few trains to play with as well, so pretty much, you get a full package of features. I mean, how could this be a disappointment? Because of course all the trains you get are basically recycled from other previous routes. Not a single train you get combined with this route is new. At least you have the option to get the Class 390 again if you haven't already, following the takedown of the Virgin one due to licensing, except they still haven't removed the Virgin logo off the front, and thought they would get away with it by covering it all over in yellow. Nice try, guys. The Class 221 is for some reason in a fictional livery, because I don't think one in real life will ever look like that. Therefore, it is wrong. The Class 350 is just a PDL 450 with some modifications. And may I also just point out that the London Midland livery is indeed wrong. In fact, why is everything London Midland branded? Yet you have Avanti West Coast running. Pretty good of licensing. The route so far already seems very fictional in itself, and I'm just not going to bother with the rest of the trains included. Once again, nothing is new, it's all the same. But we'll take a closer look at some of the trains later on. First, let's see what else this route has to offer. Quick disclaimer however, I'm not a route expert, but with my tiny brain slowly expanding, I think I'll do alright. So, what else does this route offer? A lot of errors, starting off with London Euston, which looks more like a dungeon if anything else. The lighting is far too dark and overall the station just looks extremely linear compared to real life. Also, passengers wishing to leave this station, please note that there is no exit provided on any of the platforms. Not even a main station building for you to walk out of. And talk about dodgy platform edges. I don't even know what that is. Or that. No markers or portals at any of these starting points here, which is a pain for us scenario creators. Speaking of portals, limited portals everywhere. Wilston Junction looks terrible, because that, and that's a nice safety hazard you got there. Stonebridge Park is also wrong, as the sidings on the left are meant to be a lot higher up. How did they get that incorrect? And why are passengers walking in mid-air? Wembley Central looks alright, though I don't remember there being underground signage all over. Even on the National Rail platforms. Whoops. The platform texture at South Kenton is wrong. Here at Harrow and Millstone, maybe they've learnt their mistake from Train Sim World 2, where they put tube signage on every platform. Let's find out. Oh.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Don't know why there's no exit point over at this end, but oh well. Oh yes, just go ahead and place the platform marker at the end of the platform here. Even though that area is closed off to passengers. In fact, why is it closed off in the first place? Passengers, please stand behind the yellow line. What yellow line? Did someone have a jump scare while doing that platform edge? Jesus. Hats off to whoever decided to place a staircase inside the platform at hatch end. Like, great work you plum. Once again, why? And sort that out. Watford Junction looks alright, until you see that. Ladies and gentlemen, on our approach to Berkhamsted, please note that there is a 99.9% chance that the train may be cut in half as we pass over the bridge just before the station. We are very sorry for the delay, this may cause your journey. That is, if you survive. Here is the not so wrong but wrong platform texture here at Bletchley. It's dark along the edges too, you know. How about it? At Milton Keynes Central, they're doing a showcase for hover cars. Grab your tickets now to discover the future of driving. kill me. Mind the gap, please. No, seriously, mind the gap. No, wait. Birmingham International looks alright, except the building is missing the National Rail logo on the side, but that could be down to licensing again. And the airport itself looks... And finally, Birmingham New Street, which looks just as bad, if not better, than Euston, except that thing is cursed. And my god, what the hell is that? Everything just seems low res, and for me, that just takes away some of the immersion. All the signage at every single station is wrong, and again, low res. Not even an attempt at perhaps using the font closer to the real thing. And let's not forget the infamous anomaly here at Canley. Take your guess, you can't get it wrong. Track laying in some places could be better, and how about some broken signals? And repeaters. How about the speed sign, which you can't even see? Nice job, DTG. Apart from all those major issues, most of the station models actually look quite good. In fact, it is clearly obvious where some areas of the line have a lot more effort put into than others. So a really good job to those who worked on the route. It's a shame how thick the Dovatel management team are. Come on, the deadline's approaching, we must release that route soon. Oh, come on man, we have barely got this finished yet. Could we just have a bit more time? You mad? You know we've got to pay for that new microwave somehow. We've no time to waste. Look, just send me what you've done so far, okay? Alright, but you won't be pleased. No, that'll do. Right, 25 quid please. Moving on to the trains again, starting with the new Class 350. First impressions, it looks okay, however delivery is just miserable. The whole thing looks extremely dull and lacking in high quality textures. The black ribbon around the window here is far too stretched out, but that's because the entire 450 model is utter trash anyway, so you can't really blame them. Inside the train there is a vast improvement. They actually bothered to model the correct cab and the correct seats for the interiors of each subclass. Something which Richard didn't even bother doing for his enhancement pack. The destinations, though a tiny bit off, give a good enough representation of how they look in real life, which I do appreciate, though I'm not too sure about these locations to be honest. Simulation wise, it's still rather poor. You get 4 notches on the power handle as opposed to 5, and the physics aren't that great either, but maybe the sounds have improved? I mean, what was you expecting? Like seriously, good job to Wagons for all the visuals for this train, but come on DTG, is it so hard for you lot doing the scripting to go out and record new sounds? For God's sake, this game is over 10 years old, and your sounds are still below average, so I'm afraid that the AP350 still wins over this one in my eyes. Moving on to the 390, again, delivery looks dull as hell. And why is it the only one livery? Not even a naked or partially liveried 390? Like, come on! Once again, the simulation is no different from the original version 390, I don't think. And of course, the sounds are still the same. So have your AP sound packs updated if you haven't already. And finally, you have the Voyager. Roses are red, violets are blue. This livery is shit. So, after showing you all of that, would I recommend this route in the current state it's in? No! In fact, this is a hard one to be honest, because even though the route is far from finished, the developers aren't the ones here to blame, as they know themselves that their work could have been better, and even apologise as a result. The fact that DTG allowed the route to go out in that state, and still charge 25 quid for it, is honestly appalling, and just melts their reputation to the ground. This route could have honestly been brilliant, if only they had allowed more time. However, I'm happy to say that Dovatel did indeed come back themselves with an apology, basically stating that they'll update the route in order to improve performance and scenery in some areas, which I think is a big step in the right direction for them, and just goes to show how constructive criticism is really important, as it can lead to moments like this. So to those who are still hoping to buy this route, I recommend that you set your coins aside until the update is released. Hopefully it's good. Wait, Gary, get rid of that! Well, that's about all I have to say regarding that Fiesta. Honestly, it was such a disappointment to see a route in such an unfinished state, but hopefully with the recent news from Dovatel Games, we should see a massive improvement with how certain things are at the moment. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you with Yarrow News 5 next to come.